Hey guys, it's Lego Maestro here, and welcome back to another episode of Hypixel Alert. Now we've got some absolutely huge news to get into today, so I won't waste any time here. Let's get straight into it. Our first story today is coming from the Minecraft server Badlion. Yep, they're a pretty well-known server, known for their PvP, kits, dueling, stuff like that. And well, this week they announced that it is shutting down. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this huge Minecraft server, they're shutting down. They're turning off their server, and they made a forum post about that this week, titled Badlion Going Forward. They basically say Badlion has been a huge part of the Minecraft community, blah blah blah. The Badlion client offers the missing pieces that the Badlion network has never been able to fill. We really want to unite the community and help bring people back to Minecraft versus driving them off to other games. This is why we've made the difficult decision to close the Badlion network on June 10th in order to focus on helping the Minecraft community as a whole beyond just our server, but rather trying to work ideally with all of the Minecraft servers. And basically their whole thing there about the Badlion client is they have created a client called the Badlion client, and it boosts FPS. It has a built-in anti-cheat. It kind of reminds you of Cheat Breaker, so it's kind of a spin-off of that. And then what I think is the funniest part about this forum post is they say, you know, the reason we're closing our servers is so we can spend more time on the client. Like, we all know that's a load of nonsense. The reason they're closing their servers is just because they aren't making enough money. I mean, if you have a huge server making money, you add the client to it, not just abandon your servers. It's pretty obvious that they're running out of cash. I guess Badlion's really been going downhill so far that they're having to close their servers, so I'm sure that wasn't an easy forum post for them to make, but honestly to me it was just a matter of time until Badlion closed. I personally think the reason Badlion is going out of business is just because Hypixel has driven them out of it. I mean, they added duels a while ago, and I mean, I did cover it quite a while ago here on Hypixel Alert, and basically it took over Badlion. Like, everything Badlion did, Hypixel has as well, so now there's no reason people would go to Badlion other than Hypixel, because Hypixel has a lot more. You get the idea. Now there are some other opinions as well, of course, that's just my opinion. Some are that they didn't listen to their community, they didn't update their server enough. You know, there's a lot of speculation, so I want to know yours. Let me know why you think Badlion is shutting down. Let me know in the comments below. And then also towards the bottom of the forum post, they say they're doing like a few events just to finish off the server with a bang. So I'll leave a link to that forum post in the description. But the main question you might be having right now is, Lego, why are you covering this story? This has nothing to do with Hypixel. Well, actually it does. First thing, of course, as I stated earlier, I think Hypixel is one of the things that drove Badlion out of business. And then number two, once Badlion goes out of business completely, where are players going to go to duel? Well, they have no choice but Hypixel. Yup, after Badlion shuts down on June 10th, Hypixel's going to get a huge influx of players, I imagine. Because, I mean, all the players from Badlion have to go to somewhere, and Hypixel is, of course, the #1 server. I mean, we all know they aren't going to Mineplex, so. Alright guys, so on to our next story. This one is coming from Hypixel himself. He's been really active on Twitter this week, tweeting out a bunch of things about potential new updates. The first thing he tweeted out was this: I'm thinking of increasing coin gain dramatically for games that don't have many players. Classic games. Good idea? I'm talking like a 10 times factor. Now, of course, there were a ton of people in favor of this, including myself. I mean, I think this is a fantastic idea because the classic games are very down on Hypixel. I mean, all their mini games combined in classic games will have 0 players on at a time, so the games never fill up unless you're on a party. So this would create a ton of attention going to the games, so people would max out a lot of stuff. You know, they get a ton of achievements for sure. And then Hypixel also tweeted out this: what if you could queue Mega Skywars from the lobby and not have to wait in pre-game? Do you think people would queue up more because they can keep socializing while waiting? Now this is something the entire community, I think as a whole, is in favor of. If you guys are trying to play Mega Skywars, it used to be just during the night that you couldn't fill up games, but now it's during the entire day. I mean, it's completely died. And I personally think Hypixel could go one step further with this. Instead of just being able to socialize in the Skywars lobby while waiting, it should apply to all lobbies so they can go to the TNT, Blitz, whatever the case. But of course, if they happen to join a TNT game or a Blitz game, well then it cancels the queue. But you know, you don't want to have to be stuck in the Skywars lobby. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of that down in the comments. And then for both of those tweets of Hypixel's, he didn't say anything about whether they're official, when they're coming out, stuff like that. So I don't know if this is an idea or next week's update. But if you want to know, make sure you're subscribed right here on Hypixel Alert. I will be covering every single story related to that. Okay, so speaking of minigames, this week Build Battle got a bug fix update made by Relenter, who says, "Hello everyone, we have some more bug fixes for you today, this time for Build Battle." Then there's an absolutely huge list at the bottom of that forum post. I mean, my goodness, just a ton of stuff. But the key thing that stood out to me about this forum post is It's not Orange Marshall. Where has he been with these forum posts? But still, nonetheless, good work to you, Relinter. Keep up the bug fix updates. Now, there was also a Bedwars and Blitz update as well, so we'll get into the Bedwars first. I mean, it's super simple. This forum post was made by Connor Linfoot, titled Bedwars, Return of Orchestra, and New Map. As you can see, here is Orchestra and Dragon Star. These are the two maps being added into Bedwars. Of course, Orchestra is returning, so good stuff there. I think those are pretty cool maps, so make sure to play those if you haven't already. And then lastly, the biggest update of the week, in my opinion, this one is coming from Doctor, where he made this week the Blitz Prestige update. He says, today we've released a brand new Blitz survival games update, including achievements, new kits, prestiges, 3 new maps, 1 legacy map returning, and a lot more. Now, this is a very long awaited update. A ton of people have been asking for this, and it's been in the works for quite some time. I don't know about you guys, but it makes me so happy to see this finally come out. The wait is finally over. So the first thing in this forum post we're going to get into are the 4 new maps. They are Proxima, Moonbase, Persia, and Pandora. Now, those are very, very cool, but they are not the highlight of this forum post, and that is, of course, the ability to prestige. Now, prestiging comes in at a whopping 2 million coins per kit, and the features are basically cosmetic related. I thought prestiging would allow you to have like an extra level of sharpness or protection, something like that, but it turns out to be only for looks. It gives it a golden kit name. The items are golden as well. A unique prestige finisher once you kill someone, and then as you can see right here, it literally gives you +1 coins per kill. I mean, this is what they did in the Mega Walls Prestige update. Like, what is the point of that? If you're spending 2 million coins on a Prestige update that's purely for cosmetics, I don't think anyone cares about getting 1 coin per kill. Well, they also implemented a new feature into Blitz, and this is called Blitz Hour. So basically, every 4 hours, there will be 1 hour that is Blitz Hour, and that is where all kits are fully maxed, kind of like a GOG game if you remember what those are. And the only way to avoid it if you don't want to do that is to basically, you know, play no kits mode. But I personally think that's kind of cool. You know, it spices things up. I am in favor of that. They also added stats tracking and 4 new Blitz kits. On top of that, they also added some new Blitz Star perks and balanced a lot of them. They also balanced a ton of kits and added a new kill effect. And they also added new achievements, new kill counters, some miscellaneous changes, and some bug and map fixes as well. I mean, there's an absolute ton in this forum post if you cannot tell, so I will leave a link to it in the description. Now, this update came out yesterday, so there might be some bug fixes in the future, but one thing's for sure, you'll definitely want to go play it if you are a Blitz fan. I mean, I'm personally in favor of this update. Great work to Doctor on this. But now, ladies and gentlemen, to finish off the news today, we've got a pretty great story. This one coming from Lyle PD. Well, I call it a story. They're basically announcing that from now until the 13th, there is a huge weekend sale. Apparently, they're having a pretty big sale on everything. I'm not too sure why. I think it's related to Mother's Day, but I mean, it doesn't say anything about Mother's Day in the forum post, so I have no idea. Hey, I mean, maybe they just decided, you know what, it's time for a sale. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's episode of Hypixel Alert. If you enjoyed it, putting a like on the video would be much appreciated because it shows that you like what I do here. If you've got any news to submit, my Twitter and Discord are in the description as always. Of course, if you're somehow not already subscribed, make sure you do that. You want to stay inside the loop, not out of it, on everything happening on Hypixel. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. And Hypixel Nation, now over 34.6 thousand subscribers. And I will see you next time.